This is a bit different, but deal with it. Welcome to F1 2021 F1 predictions.
Firstly, I've gone with Haas in 10th place. I think especially this big forehead man here is probably going to do them all too good, especially having two rookies. I don't think that's going to help them out a lot. I think especially considering they have a lot of money problems, that's why they've brought Mazepin in, but I do think they're going to struggle. I think Schumacher's going to take some time to get up to pace. When he does, he's going to be great, but until then, I think, yeah, they're probably just going to struggle. Two rookies wasn't a good idea from Gunther Steiner, and yeah, they are going to struggle. I don't think there's any way around it, and I think Williams will beat them. They have a much better car, especially with the new Mercedes parts coming in. George Russell, a fantastic driver, but here Nicholas Latifi, who he has grown as a driver. He's still not on the level of George Russell, but he is a very good driver, or at least getting better. But here's a man, George Russell, who I think will kind of carry the team a lot more. His stint at Mercedes last year showed his talent, and I think really the team in general has progressed. They've got the new investments and that, so they will be better. Then in 8th, I've gone with Alfa Romeo. Kimi Raikkonen is probably his last year in F1, but he is still a really good driver. The Alfa Romeo team, they're just not going to be up there. I don't think they can really challenge AlphaTauri. New car looks nice though, and with Giovinazzi in the team as well, a good. Well, I suppose he's not really a youngster anymore, but still a good driver. But I believe they will continue to develop, even if they're not going as fast as AlphaTauri or anyone else. They will still be above Williams and Haas. And then 7th, AlphaTauri with the new Yuki Tsunoda. Very exciting new driver. Seems pretty cool as well in that new car, which was released or announced the other day, and it looks very nice. I quite like it. I think Yuki will be good. Obviously won't be Pierre Gasly, who's probably one of the top 10 drivers on the grid, really. Obviously, the win in Monza last year just propelled his career, and he's probably going to be leaving the Red Bull family fairly soon, I'd imagine, to join maybe an Alpine, which is being rumoured quite a lot. So we'll see what happens, but I think AlphaTauri will just stay in kind of that just nearly midfield. Number 6, Alpine, with Esteban Ocon as one of their drivers, who last season did get a podium, but he wasn't Esteban Ocon. And with Cyril departing the team, I think they've seriously got some management issues, clearly. But brand new team as well. And then onto this man, Fernando Alonso, who I think, in my opinion, isn't going to be as good as people are saying. Yes, he's a multiple-time world champion, but he hasn't been in F1 for 2 years now. I just don't think he is going to be what people hype him up to be. And I think it's possible that Ocon will actually beat him. So P5, another new team, Aston Martin, with Vettel and Stroll as their drivers. I think Vettel will perform better, especially I think they are looking to make that car quite more suited to Vettel's driving style. Obviously Stroll with the pole last year especially, and he's constantly improving. People will say he's only got that seat because of his dad, and it kind of is true. But at the same time, I think he is becoming a good enough driver to the point where he probably does deserve a seat, maybe. Well, there definitely are other drivers who are better than him and lower down, but I don't think he doesn't deserve a seat in F1, and I think people give him too much stick, and Aston Martin will be a good new team. P5, I think, is fair. I don't think there's much else to say. So P4, then I've gone Ferrari, which I think some people have put them a lot lower, but I think with Charles Leclerc in one car, one of the best drivers on the grid, and Carlos Sainz in the other, obviously last season they had Vettel, which just wasn't as good. I think with two great drivers this season, I don't think they're going to be as low as they were last year. I think they are going to do better, and I think that car will be a bit faster. I know they've said they won't be back to race winning form, and I agree, I don't think they will be, but I do think they can still probably get a few podiums, especially Leclerc, but Sainz will take some getting used to the new car, and I think P4 is just about right. I don't think they're going to be back challenging Mercedes and Red Bull, but I do think that they can beat Aston Martin and Alpine, and I think that fight between the Red Ferrari and Aston Martin will be close. So P3, McLaren, same as last year. Obviously, they've revealed their new car as well. Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo, one of their most exciting driver pairings. I think Lando Norris is a great driver. I really like him. And with a podium in Austria last year, he's looking strong, and I think he's going to learn a lot from Ricciardo. And I think he has learned a lot from Sainz. We've seen that. I don't think he'll beat Ricciardo. I think Ricciardo will beat him just because of the experience. And Ricciardo is so good, such a good driver for McLaren to bring in. I think if they had kept Sainz, it could have been a bit of a fight, but I think with Ricciardo especially, that's going to elevate them to a next level. Andreas Seidel's team will be P3. I'm putting them P3. The new car's nice. I know it's not much of a change from last year, but I think if it's not broken, don't change it. So P2, Red Bull I've gone with. I don't think they're going to beat Mercedes. I'm putting Mercedes number 1, but I think it will be closer for sure with Perez, race winner last year in the Racing Point. I think it's a great grab, and I think we're really going to find out now if Albon and Gasly were just not good in that second car, or if that second car is just so bad that no one else can drive it, and Max Verstappen is the only man who can do anything for Red Bull. I think Verstappen has a much better chance at second place this year, especially with Bottas's. I imagine his morale might even be lower considering his seat's on the line. And I think Verstappen's going to improve more. And P1, Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton will probably once again carry Mercedes to an 8th Constructors' World title. He's just too good. I mean, he'll probably break 100 race wins, 100 poles. He's just on another level. And Bottas, he can win races every now and again. He can pop up when Hamilton isn't there. But he's going to have a fight on his hands here. And I think, obviously, Hamilton's the favoured number 1. And Bottas just doesn't challenge him enough. Considering Toto Wolff's been kept on as well, I just can't see Red Bull beating them. And I think we're going to see something very similar to this at the end of this season. So, that's it. That's the final constructors I've gone with there. I think some points of interest, probably mainly the midfield. I feel like that's going to be the most interesting point this season. And yeah, see you later.